can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like demon. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Maybe put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like chemo. Ain't give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reef. Dímelo porque yo no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy.
It doesn't matter what you want. I will succeed, whether you like it or not. I am unstoppable. When will you learn that? When will you learn that? When will you learn I am unstoppable? When will you learn that? When will you learn I am unstoppable? When will you learn that? When will you learn I am unstoppable? When will you learn I am unstoppable? When will you learn
Again, Mr. Williams, I invite you to conversate with me directly. I don't do all this internet stuff. The problem is you're going after my family, you post my children, and then you mention my name. So you and I, we need to have a conversation. And yes, this is a forever problem.
Darius Cooks, also known as your local scammer.
You are, you gay, grown up in Chicago, you just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, you remember Calvin, Lavelle, those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Veil. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He probably, he ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose?
Show out, run your mouth, pop off at the mouth. I do something called an attack. When you do the attack, you got to make sure you're real rooted and grounded. Look that way. Make sure you're real rooted and grounded so they don't know what's about to go on. You just attack them. You just attack them, mother. What did I say? I said you better do what I said to do. Then they think you're crazy. If they think you're crazy, they'll just walk away slowly like that.
What's up, good Vipo? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing either blame game or chaos, blame game or chaos, or even cult, as in beehive cult. Because today we will be continuing on with our coverage, our live day-by-day coverage of this Three Kings Tour fiasco. But even more so than that, the coverage and the examination of an internet cult that we have learned or come to know as the Beehive. Darius Cooks followers, the Beehive cult. Beehive cult. Thank you to everyone who's letting me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing either chaos or blame game or Beehive cult. We got Ms. Betia, Mocha, Tanya, Life of London, Saint Center, Nicole Drake. Welcome to Patreon, Saint Center. I saw you joined on the free side. Don Smart, Kimberly, Miss MAG, Donna, Trey Keisha, Nature Lover, Elizabeth Dem folks, and Alice and Toy B Starlight. Some of y'all names. Too many words in one name. Minister Nat, T. Davis, and Renee Smith, and Topaz Vivian, everyone else in the chat. Thank you who's let me know that you can hear me. And also thank you to the 80% out of the 129 votes. How many viewers we got right now? We got 271. So it's all over the place, depending on what screen I'm looking at. But to those of you who haven't as of yet, please hit that share button. We want to start sharing these videos as well. We're trying to get information out to prevent more people from being indoctrinated into this cult, but also informed and entertained, because, hey, until God says so, we'll just be entertained by this. And also hit that like. So again, thank you to the 80% who have already done that. And I mentioned at the end of our video last night, we were on for, what was that? Was that 4 hours last night? Jesus. It was too long. We ain't going that long today. Whatever it was, I thought about the fact that, we got to get these likes up. It takes hours for me to get this stuff together. I literally been working since 6 a.m. pulling this show together. So from here on out, if y'all want me to come back with the next video on the next day, because we can do this Monday through Friday. I can hang for a little while. We'll see how long. I can hang for probably a few weeks doing this Monday through Friday. However, it is torture for me to try to listen to her, and I got to edit her footage, and oh my God, it is too much. Right, Alice, we was on for 4 long hours last night, and y'all hung in there the whole time, so don't act like it was just me. Y'all was here. But from here on out, as I said yesterday, the video from last night needed to hit 1,000 views in order for me to come back. We're very, very close to that. It didn't hit it yet, I don't think. Last time I looked, it hadn't hit it yet, but it wasn't far away. But because of the fact that I didn't even think to say that until late, like 4 hours into the 3.5 hours into the video, I know most people would miss that. And so, yeah, it's at 864 likes. But yet, pretty much almost 10,000 views. It ain't adding up. These likes they free to y'all, but they're very valuable to this channel and to the videos. They help YouTube know to push it out to more people, etc. And now I put a hell of a lot of work into something that honestly I'm doing for y'all. I mean, I'm doing to help people get the word out, expose, this predator and all that. But I would do this sporadically. I wouldn't do it every day. I'm doing it every day because y'all really enjoying this, and we in a moment of this, this foolishness. So from here on out, I'm gonna give y'all a number of likes that the video has to have, and I ain't coming back the next day until we hit that number of likes. So for this video today, the one you are currently watching, and I'll mention it a few times just in case y'all forget, we need 1,300 likes. I did the math and everything of the average number of views, number percentage, because you never get 100% of the people who like the videos for various reasons. Some people not logged into YouTube, so you can't like it unless you logged into through your account and all that kind of stuff. I understand all that. 1,300 views for this video. It's very achievable. 1,300 plus, I should say. Don't stop at 1,300. Don't be like, oh, I was about to like, but he already hit 1,300. Don't you dare hit your like. Hit your like. So that's how y'all let me know if y'all want me to come back with another episode the next day. That's how we're going to do it moving forward. Also, thank you to everyone viewing on the Instagram, that matters for everybody. Instagram, follow me. Facebook, hit that like, do them stars, whatever. I don't be on Facebook like that, so I don't know how everything works. I'm trying to get my I think I got to get 10,000 followers to be able to go live over there. I'll do all that. Get me over to 10,000 followers on Facebook, and then I will be chopping down these videos as well. I know they are very long. I'm not expecting everybody to sit here for 4 hours. I don't even want to sit here for these 4 hours. I don't want to, but it's so much to cover. We got to do what we got to do. All of us got parts of our job that, we just got to do. Like, it just comes with the job. So, but I will be chopping these down into smaller videos and putting them on TikTok and Instagram and all that good stuff. So you can look forward to that if you haven't seen. I'm pretty sure many of y'all haven't seen all the footage yet, but you will. Next poll question is, I made this a little earlier because I do need to spend some time with our Patreon executive people this evening for our live stream that we do where we just hang out. You're welcome to join Patreon and hang out with us. I'll put the link. It's IamVelB, patreon.com/IamVelB, but I'll put it in the chat. But anyway, I am still curious because I want to go live as early as possible with this. I'm wondering, do you prefer us to go? Is this a good time to go live with this exposing series, or would you prefer us to be going live a little later? What time is it now? It's like 5:45-ish. Would y'all prefer 6 or 7 p.m. Central? And you can put the time in the chat. What time do you prefer? What time works for your schedule? Majority wins. I ain't gonna be able to accommodate everybody's schedule. And then last housekeeping. Thank you so much to Keith Johnson, who sent me a Cash App on the other day, and I only noticed it this morning, but I appreciate you. The caption he left was, for keeping up the great work, my friend. So I really appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone who's sending the super chat, including this over here. Hold on. I'm coming to it. Let me find it. Ilea Renee, thank you so much for the super sticker, friend. I really appreciate you. So thank you to everyone who has sent super stickers, Cash Apps, and all that good stuff. I will put that information across the ticker at the bottom. Please feel free to donate. Also, I want to replace this mic. she didn't just about had it. I was watching the replay last night, and it's all loud when I come in, and I can't adjust it. It's it can only accommodate so much, and I've had it a little while. So now I want to replace that. I'm gonna actually put my Amazon shop in the description area now. I'm gonna, hell, I'm working hard. Y'all want to gift me with a new mic, something like that, or give them enough money to get the new mic? Appreciate it. It'll make the quality better for y'all. Y'all won't have to, because I was like, I'm listening to my own, so I'm like, goddamn, I'm trying to turn this volume up and down. Everything all doing this. So our quality improves as we grow. I am aware. Thank you so much, R.N. Smith, for the super sticker, friend. I appreciate you. Here we go. I appreciate you, friend. Okay, so let's get into the content. So on yesterday, I'm closing out a poll. What's this poll? Do you prefer that we go live later with our exposing? Oh, the majority of y'all, it's just a little slight, but the majority of y'all do prefer we go live later. Put the time that you prefer in the chat, and when I watch the replay, I'll kind of gauge that way as well. So put what time you would prefer that we go live. Just your own personal opinion, and I'll take that into consideration along with the analytics, because YouTube got analytics that tell us stuff about all that too. And that's on all platforms. You can put that in the chat. Let me know. Okay, so on yesterday, now we're moving into the shenanigans of it all. Could y'all put what zone? Time zone. I'm already saying 6, 7. I'm like, okay, is that Pacific? Is that Central? Is that Eastern? Remember, y'all, we're all over the country. We worldwide. We like Kendi Burris. We worldwide over here. We got people in Africa and Europe and everything watching. So put your time zone as well, so that helps me gauge. Because your 6 p.m. might be my 8 p.m. So. But anyway, remember on yesterday, we were watching the D-Hivers having that mindless conversation with Darius Cooks, where they were helping to push his narrative that everything about what he did with the Three Kings tour was amazing. That was perfect. They don't even understand why it didn't go right, but it's not his fault. It's the fault of the people, the followers. Either their palates aren't elevated enough for Hennessy and collard greens, or they just broke. They can't afford it. All kind of stuff. Everybody's fault but Darius Cooks. So in that, him and one of the, I ain't have time to be editing all that for y'all today, but one of the D-hivers was like, yeah, and we have been through a lot, meaning all the D-hivers and Darius Cooks, all the flying mothers. We have been through a lot, massa. We have been through a lot. So he's like, yeah, we sure have. And she was like, but everybody ain't got thick skin like you and me. And he's like, yeah, don't nothing y'all do bother me. She's like, no, you got thick skin, master. So I told y'all on yesterday, I said, do y'all remember just a couple of weeks ago, I showed y'all the mop incident, the mop rant, where he lost his goddamn mind because they got under his skin is what I'm saying. His skin ain't that thick. She's a bully. Bullies all have thin skin. That's why they bullies. So I found the clip, y'all. I was like, yes. Somebody put it in the comment. I can't even remember who. Somebody put it in the comments mentioning it. And it reminded me. And I said, let me look for it right now. And God placed it. It wasn't even that hard for me to find. So for those of you who have not seen it, this is the infamous mop rant where Darius Cooks, once again, gaslighting, saying something other than what the facts are. Hold on, I'm gonna read this before I forget. Life of London, thank you, friend, for the super chat. My portion of the new mic, please add your Amazon storefront to your link tree. Thank you so much, friend. Yes, I started adding things today, so I'll make sure that happens in the next day or two. Greatly appreciate you, friend, for that. And so will everyone else's audio when we replace this. Okay, so here is the infamous mop rant.
This, you know what? This is the thing. It don't come up no more. This is as far as it come up. I guess I didn't get the one with the extra long handle on it. It's fine. This one, I like the spin mop. You ain't got to touch it. I twisted the pole. This is as far as it go up. It only go to 48. What's 48? 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4 feet. This 4 feet tall. This about 4 feet. This about 2 feet. This 2 more feet. That's all as it go to 48. That's it. It's not meant for me. It's meant for Maria. I love this mop. Girl, it don't the fuck go up. Extendable telescope, 22 to 36 inches or 36 to 48. Bitch, you got 2 choices. 22 to 36 or 36 to 48. That's it. It don't go no fucking higher than that. Okay? Now, do you want the flow clean or not? What the fuck do the size of the mop got to do? Girl, twist. I have twisted. Do you, girl, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'll talk to y'all later.
and he literally ended the live. He's like, you crazy bitches, bye. He ended the whole live. That's just one example. One of hundreds of examples. And I have, out of the 100, I probably got at least 75 of them. I just got to, the way we're doing this now, as long as y'all keep getting these likes going like they supposed to, I'm just come every day and we just edit and go as we go. Thank you so much, Bree Crunch. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to handle the chat by myself and all that. Look at that. Thank you so much, Bree Crunch. Crutch, rather. One-stop shopping for all things club scam. Thank you, Velnita. Were you the one, Bree, who put that in the comments under the video? Because I started putting in my Evernote all these terms y'all coming up with, and Club Scam like Club Shay Shay. That was one I wrote down as well. I was like, oh, you can't forget this. I was laying in the bed getting up. I was like, I can't forget this. Let me get my Evernote. Club Scam. Right. Love it. Thank y'all. Y'all are hilarious. Okay, so we're not doing the overview all over again because we've done that in like the past probably 3-4 videos. If you haven't, that's new to you, you haven't heard it, you got to go back and watch those and then catch up. You can comment whatever you want to comment, but I prefer not to see. So what happened? What's the Three Kings tour? All that gets answered in those earlier videos. Catch up to the class. We can't keep going back. We got to keep moving forward. We got too much to cover. Thank you so much for the super sticker, RN Smith. And then some of the other ones, if they come through, and I greatly appreciate y'all, I'll probably wait till a certain section. Just because my mind is, I got an Aries mind and it just go all over the place real quick. But I appreciate all of y'all ain't playing with me, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Look like she about to go bye-bye, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Asking you shall receive. Just like the clip I got out there. Darius Cooks, he like, what? Speaking of randomness of veil, because that used to be the name of this channel. Speaking of randomness of veil, where's the expose? We ain't heard high no hair from him. Where is the expose? And then I created that trailer called Ask and You Shall Receive. Mistress Melts is asking, when is my birthday? My birthday is actually not too far away. It's April 17th. April 17th. I am an Aries, diehard Aries. So the Three Kings, we know that this was an event put on, copycat brainchild of Darius Cooks, him copying off of other influencers. He then suckered his friend of nearly 10 years, Jerome, into the situation, aka, Jeromie. One day it'll just come out, slide off my tongue and just be Jeromie and not Jerome. Jeromie, aka the Sippy Cake King, who was his friend he met through the cooking influencing stuff almost 10 years ago. Then Corey Brim, who's a bartender. We're gonna get into Corey's origin story. And I found one of his earlier posts where he's the ones I've been talking about, how he caking for Darius Cooks. And I don't mean in a baking in the kitchen kind of way. I mean like wanting to bake his bread basket in the bedroom under the sheets. So we're gonna read that today too. Corey got something else to say, y'all. I got another Corey reenactment. And that wasn't even planned. I just read, I was like, oh damn, this means I got to do a reenactment. Oh well. So they come together, they try to create this event. 9 months later, we end up with this fiasco that we are talking about today. The menu was ish, the organization was ish. The Q&A that they did a couple of weeks ago, we did a live reaction. Again, if you missed it, watch that video. We literally sat there and watched it for however long it was on, 3 hours maybe or something. Darius Cooks, an hour and 15 minutes late for an event he was advertising, online, Q&A. It was an ish show. It should have just been a Q and no A's because we ain't get no answers. Then when the menus and the information, and then they put the tickets on sale, 2 days later, the tickets were being advertised that they were going on sale the next day, but they actually was supposed to go out 2 days later. It was a whole mess. Darius Cooks like, don't worry about it. We'll put them on today, and then we'll leave out the misinformation, keep that out there, and we'll tell them it's on sale starting on sale on 2 separate days. That don't even make sense. Talking about it's too hard to straighten out communication with people. Long story short, the tickets wasn't selling. They put them on sale, wasn't no menu there. They didn't tell you if there was going to be entertainment. Talking about they're going to mail your gift bag, all that kind of stuff. In the Q&A, they kept saying how strong of a foundation of a friendship they all had, but we clearly saw through that. We saw the gaslighting in that, as we've seen in everything else. That Q&A was on February, was it the 21st or 20th? They completely broke apart on March 4th. Well, no, March 2nd. March 3rd. Well, I guess was it yesterday? Oh yeah, because yesterday was Sunday. March 3rd. By March 3rd, it's all crumbled. It's all apart. Jeromie ain't talking to Crooks. Jeromie then fell out and lost 2 friends. I was like, I thought y'all was so strong. What happened to that? I thought y'all was the friendship was so strong. I thought everybody wants y'all to fall apart, but it wasn't gonna happen. And it's like, it's not that we wished it. Nobody did no voodoo on y'all. It's just that we have common sense. We have eyes and ears to see. We have seen the pathology of Darius Cooks, of Scamyance. We have seen it over and over and over. You two, you and you are new players to this. We ain't new to her. We know her. I knew her for real, in real life. Before she had a hymn of satanic material, I knew her. So that's the space I come from. That's just like for me to say, well, don't let the bath water run without checking on it because it'll run over and flood the bathroom and the rest of the house as long as you let it run. That don't mean I have some voodoo power. That means I got common goddamn sense that I have seen and experienced vicariously through or by accident in life, seeing that if you leave water running in a plugged bathtub, it's going to eventually flow over and flood and fuck up everything. She's the bathtub that's running over water, flooding and damaging every goddamn thing in her path. She's about the size of a tub too, but that's a whole nother story. So now fast forward. We have watched that whole thing blow up. Jeromie went live on Sunday morning saying, F this is not worth it, my mental health. They coming from my family. I have never had any drama in my 17 years of being a professional. My brand is clean. Ain't nobody out here making videos about me. My gut told me I shouldn't have did this. I didn't see the issue in the first place with why we was making a big deal about the tickets not selling out, because they still were selling. There were still people who wanted to attend. It would still be worth our time to have the experience and grow from it. However, Scamyance, her ego couldn't take that the tickets didn't sell out in 2 days. The other piece, and I'm very sure that this is true, Scamyance was expecting them to sell 500 tickets. But in the beginning, they just told us 100 VIP and 200 general. Scamyance thought, oh, that's going to sell out because I know how my people are. But from a marketing perspective, she's like, I'm going to release less tickets. That makes supply and demand, the FOMO, fear of missing out. That's going to make people act quicker versus saying, I have 500 seats available. Then people are going to be like, oh, I got time. That's in March 15th. I'll buy my ticket on the 13th. So she created a sense of urgency by not revealing to the audience. See, they don't think like this. They don't know. But they claim to be so goddamn smart and rich. Darius Cooks, that venue they're in holds 500 people. I need to double check it. But I'm going off of what Corey said yesterday. We watched it. Y'all watched it with me when I had that moment, that aha moment. Like, wait a minute. Why is Corey saying it would have been fine to just sell the 300 seats, even if we didn't sell all 500? What's you talking about 500? Y'all said y'all only had 300. That means y'all actually had 500. You told us you had 300 to create pandemonium. It didn't work. So you only sold, what? I guess in total, about 100 tickets. They sold about 100. I don't know how many by the end, but let's say 150. So technically they would have sold about maybe they sold half of what they expected, and they knew they had at least another couple weeks. So in Jeromie and Corey's mind, they like, we'll make it, we'll be okay. It might be a few, half the room might be empty because the other 200 seats didn't get sold, 200 plus. But it's it's still worth it. They probably will cover their expenses. Because it also didn't, the math, if y'all really think about this, the math didn't really make sense. And in my mind, I noticed it, but I didn't care enough to really like sit there and figure it out. I was like, this math ain't making sense. There's not a large enough profit margin for what he's claiming the expenses are. But when you add 200 more seats, it makes sense now because the profit margin then makes more sense. This is the other problem when you have other people in your grift and they don't know it's a grift, because then they saying things without knowing they saying things, and then they out your grift. So fast forward, we have arrived to last night. This is what footage we're going to watch this evening. Last night, Darius Cooks takes to his IG Lives, and he goes there and he's indoctrinating and building his narrative. He's talked about in the past that he creates the narrative. He has literally said, I create the narrative. When he has this controversy, one of the first things he does is make sure he's the first one to run to his platform to get his narrative out, because he knows, and he even said it in one of the videos we watched, I'm pretty sure we were watching together, where he says, when you first, I think that was a Q&A. Was it Q&A? No, it was another video where he says, whatever information you put out first, that's what the people run with. That's the information that's going to stick. It don't matter what you say after that and how many times after that you say something else, people are going to stick for the most part with what they heard at first. So that's what we're looking at. So Darius Cooks ran to his platform. They're sitting there playing, in people's faces, creating, when they were acting like we perfect, we so tight, y'all will never get to us. Y'all want us to fail, y'all want us to be fighting, but this all on y'all. But we are perfect, we a brotherhood. So they even doing fake photo shoots showing like, oh, we don't get along. But notice who choking who. And notice who ain't around no more. What did I tell y'all yesterday or the other day? Truth and comedy. Truth and comedy. Truth and comedy. Three Stooges, right, Vanessa? Three Stooges. So I do have official. Let me close out this poll first. I don't want to get too fond in me. Like, oh, do you remember seeing the Crooks mop stick rant? Only 37% of you had ever sing that rant. I'll find some more for us. I got a ton of them. I just got to be able to, run into them. I literally have thousands of hours. I know he gonna be repeating this in his next live. And can you believe just sitting there recording that thousands of hours of me? They obsessed with me, all that. No, girl, this is content. It's called exposure. Exposure is good for the soul. So I have exclusive footage of the last Three Kings footage. It got out. It made it out to the public. I got connections. Y'all know I got connections. Let's pull this down first. Pull that down. I think the volume should be good on this, hopefully. Pay attention. It's not that long, but it's a little clip of the exclusive footage from the last Three Kings meeting before it all completely fell apart.
What happened to this damn group? Nobody's bigger than the group. Y'all ain't stupid. I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could work it the way I do. Check it out. Dang. Look, remember? Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would.
So that was exclusive footage of I can't even get to it. Y'all know I ain't got good sense, and y'all don't either. All right, let me pull up the I'm sure it was something similar to that, though. It's not far-fetched. It's not as far-fetched as you might think. It's not. I was like, when I was thinking about when I read this, I was like, oh yeah, this kind of reminds me of how the meeting probably went. let me add this in. Where am I looking for? Where is it? Oh Lord, my brain. I forgot to pull in the longer live stream. So now what we're gonna do is do a little bit of a watch party of the Darius Cooks live from yesterday, where he starts his blame game and gaslighting. This is a video. Oh no, I think I got it here in projects. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. It's coming. Hold on. It's only because I'm looking for it so hard. I'm like, wait a minute, I forgot. What I got is this. Hold on, I'm gonna play a commercial for y'all. I think I'm gonna play this for y'all. Give me a minute to find this clip. Find what I'm looking for. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Hell, I'll play this for y'all.
You got knocked the fuck out, man. Give me my goddamn money. The payback's a motherfucker, ain't it? Nigga.
When I see food, Damn, nigga, did you order that shit yet, man? Fuck, I'm hungry as a bitch. When I see food.
Oh, come on.
Would not be just a nuffin', my head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, life would be a ding-a-dairy if I only had a brain.
We purchased 2 tickets.
Okay, I found it. I had a brain freeze. I'm like, I know I'm tired. I know I'm tired. That's why I'm like, y'all got to get these likes up. Where are these likes at? We had 348 likes, and there are currently 550 viewers. If you're joining a little late and you didn't hear my little spiel in the beginning, if you want more of this content, if you want me to even come back tomorrow, we have to have 1,300 likes on this video. If we don't hit that by tomorrow, I ain't coming back until I feel like it. Well, really, I'll just come back when it hits 1,300 views. 1,300 likes. So get those likes up if y'all want me to come back tomorrow. Okay, because there's a lot, y'all. There's a lot more than y'all think it is. Okay, so this is Darius Cooks. He went live on yesterday. He went live 3 times yesterday evening, where his goal when he has these sort of controversies is that he love bombs his audience. And we talked about that yesterday. I ain't gonna dig into all that. But it's like, we're a family. Oh, look at what we just went through. Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be okay. Y'all got any questions? Oh, those are great points. Oh, we've been through stuff before. We'll get through it. I'm favored by God. Like all that. And they love, oh, they eat it up. Oh, they eat it up. Oh, you didn't do nothing wrong, Darius. This is just the devils of trying to attack you, but you rich, so you be okay. We've been through a lot. All that. It say he's Keisha said he's on Facebook singing a sad song. Is that meaning present tense? You're saying that? But even yesterday, was that yesterday? Good Lord, it's all blurring together. But then in the immediate aftermath, when him and the stuff was happening behind the scenes with Jeromie and stuff, instead of addressing that, he went straight over to He went straight over to his Instagram and started playing music trivia, playing rap music. He don't even listen to rap music like that, but he's playing, people's favorite rap songs and having them play music trivia in the chat. That way he doesn't have to communicate with them, but he has them captive. I was live at the same time, so it's also to keep them. It's really truly indoctrination, because what he doesn't, that's the reason he goes live so much. And Trey Keisha is saying he's live literally right now. He'll see that I go live or someone else goes live, and then he has his regular schedule, don't get me wrong, but he'll make sure, like he usually ain't going live around this time. He'll go live just in case they were starting to flood over here, so they get distracted by him and don't hear the truth. It's very sinister, but he's really good at it. I mean, I've learned his tactics at this point, but he's really good at it. Okay, so we'll play this. This again is from yesterday, and it's in 3 separate parts because he came live 3 separate times. So if you notice, you look away from the camera, you look back, and she's hairless with her rusty taco meat chest and Cookie Monster crumbs all over her. That's because it's a different part of the day. So I did a little transition between each clip, but just in case you missed it, so you understand what's happening. Here we go.
And now when we went back to rebuy the tickets, it's sold out now. You should have gotten a refund. I think we started processing refunds. We're canceling it. It's clear that we don't need to do the 3 Kings. It's absolutely clear. From our planning to the conversations to Jeremie's live this morning, this, that, the third. Yeah, at this point, it's like, let's just cut our losses and call it a wrap. Right?
Now notice, this is him planting the seed for this now to become, and we talked about this, I told y'all. He's planting the seed for this now to slowly become Jeremie's fault. Now, we know the first person to ever get on camera and mention canceling was Darius Cooks. Darius Cooks, the one that went live on Instagram, Facebook, back and forth, and talked about canceling. And, oh, I see y'all not interested. Oh, y'all, what's wrong? Why y'all not really buying the tickets? Okay, I'm here to listen. He doing all that. Jeremie didn't have nothing to do with that. Jeremie in the background, like, we don't need to do all that. We'll be okay with the 300 people or 200 and something people that we may end up having by March 15th. Both Jeremie and Corey were saying the same thing. It was Crooks that created this temperament, this tone. Yes, the menu was ish. Yes, the menu was a joke. Yes, it was dumb. It was Darius Crooks' brainchild. But yes, all of that. But he still had enough flying monkeys that were going to at least still have it where there would be some level of attendance there. But now the reason it's getting canceled ain't because Darius Crooks' ego was bruised because it didn't get sold out right away. It's because Jeremie went live. What? Jeremie went live after you created the chaos.
So I appreciate you buying tickets, but you will be refunded. No, don't be sorry. I'm not. Please don't be sorry. Do not be sorry. Please do. I beg of you. Yeah, well, I'm making the decision to cancel it. I'm canceling it. Yeah, I know you're ready to celebrate. We'll do something different another time. We will do something different another time. I get it. I know you were excited. We were too. But the energy's off. Doesn't seem right. Energy's off. A lot of distractions. You know. Just stressing us all out, right? No, it's fine. It's when I tell you it's fine. When I tell you it's not a big deal. Oh, the information definitely raised the eyebrow for me. Oh, sure, absolutely. 450%. It definitely raised an eyebrow for me. I did not even realize that, you guys felt the way you felt about certain things. I had no idea. No idea, didn't know, wasn't aware. And so, this is not the way I work. You know what I'm saying? This is not the way I Oh, I'm fine. Oh, I'm great. This is not the way I do events. Well, not the way I work. You know this. So I was going to try to push through and do this, but at this point, it's just, it is what it is. You know, I don't know, and I'll be very honest and transparent with y'all. Y'all think I always am. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Since you really want to talk about this, let me do a few things. It's 7 o'clock on a Sunday. Let me finish editing this video real fast. Go get my shower, another one. Moisturize and take my edibles. And then I'll call you guys back when I'm done with that. That way we really can talk. Because I can't really sit and talk right now the way y'all want to talk while I need to get this video edited. Okay? So give me an hour. Go get something to drink. Go get something to eat. Go find you a snack. Give me an hour. And I should be in the bed in an hour. Okay? Is that a deal? Tayi, Bali, go to hell. Respectfully. All right? Up. The fuck. Shut. All right? Now, I'm a little on the edge. So if I were you, I would tread very lightly before you get blocked. This will be the last time you be in here. All right? Because the last I checked, my supporters care about my mental health more than they care about a piece of chicken.
See? There we go. Some of y'all already know he go for that mental health thing. I can't wait to do our series on the mental health grift, because it's a fucking grift. That grift on the mental health and how he has been using that literally since he scammed me and hundreds of people in Chicago back in, what was that, 2011 or something? That's when that was the first time I ever saw a public outcry of his supposed mental health issues. But it's always on the heels of him doing some ish to other people. But also, with this, what we're watching right now, didn't he just say, oh, don't worry about me. I'm totally fine. I'm okay. But then you tell this person in the chat who you snapping on and threatening to block, I'm on edge. You better watch out. I'm on edge. What? Why are you all over the place with what you say? Is anything you say true? Anything? Because you all over the place.
And if you got a problem with that, why don't you put the event on?
I love that Nelly B. He's about as transparent as his melted Brussels sprouts. Right.
I'll call you back. We did.
Okay, so he then took a break. He was gone about an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it was. It was some little length of time. He comes back. Sure enough, his ass in the bed with the taco meat showing. And now he's going to get into story time. This is, again, he realized in that earlier live, while he was sitting there editing, he was going to hop on there for a minute, probably joke with them. He's taking a post of how they feeling about stuff, so he knows how he should be approaching this and how he might have to pivot. He realized, oh, they still on this, and they still got a lot of questions. So I got to love bomb them away from this topic. So then he gets back on, and this is what we're seeing now, where he's about to get into the stories and the story times and all those things. So, and this is what, yeah, I'll let it play, and then I'll stop it at the appropriate time.
The photo shoot, and I paid for the Corey videographer. Corey, the videographer, my ex-videographer, Corey, I just paid him money.
And I didn't catch it from the very, very beginning. So he wasn't on real long, but I missed some of the very beginning of him being on.
The other day, and I paid him, I'm not going to tell you how much, but I paid him one of his invoices.
This is the other thing, too. I caught this with what he's saying. Corey, who he paid the invoices to, again, is... Oh, I can't... Y'all can't see my hand. My hand can't reach over there. Corey, where you at? But the Corey on the in our little overlay, He's not talking about that Corey, the bartender Corey. He's talking about his ex-videographer, young Corey. Not Uncle Corey, because I don't like to be called Unc. Not Unc Corey. So most of y'all know that he fired Corey. But what I find interesting is since Corey has been terminated, but yet kind of not because he wasn't an employee, all of a sudden Darius has removed himself saying Corey was not an Sorry, I was trying to do the opposite. What is that? Corey was not an employee. Corey was 1099. He was he's a contract worker. He didn't work for me. I was a client. So now it's only about the work. But all while we're watching him gaslight the audience over, I don't know, Corey been with him not even a year. Y'all remember, some of y'all might know when Corey started. Wasn't it last summer, maybe? Late summer? But when Corey started with him, he hired a new videographer as if Corey was employed by him. He always spoke of Corey as being an employee. He did not speak of Corey as if he was a contract worker. Meaning, he don't pay no employment taxes for Corey. But it seemed like he had a lot of requirements on, because there are rules to 1099 contractors versus employees. Again, I come from the corporate world, and I know that I had 1099 contract workers, and I also had, Lydia Jones says, pretty much everyone he has is 1099s. I bet you even that girl that works in his warehouse is a 1099. But he treats them like, he requires things from them like you do employees. That's against the law. That's against the law. So now all of a sudden, Corey just was a contract. I don't owe him nothing, blah, blah, blah. And I need my Corey, he wanted from Corey some footage, some files, and he still wanted him to do some editing. So I guess Corey edited whatever he's edited, and so he's saying he paid Corey. Now again, this Darius Cooks version. Her version, Scamyance's version. If Corey wasn't too afraid to talk, we might get a different version. Who knows? But anyway, let's get back to the video.
So all in all, I'm probably out, 30, 35 G's. But I mean, that's the cost of doing business,
So again, now he's going to talk money because he needs to make it clear that he's the person who lost in this situation. Because they're going to be like, oh, massa, you lost money, 35,000. It took me 2 years to make that. Oh no, we feel so sorry for you. Look at what they did to you, master. Like all that.
At the end of the day, it's a risk. Everything you do in business is an absolute risk. Everything you do in business is a risk. I was willing to risk it because I believed in it. And in my heart of hearts, I wasn't looking to even break even from expenses until, probably event 4, 5, 6, somewhere up in there. But I wanted to put on a cute little, 15 city situation. And by 15 cities, we would be in a profit situation. So, I mean, that's the God's honest truth. I'm not about 30, between 30 and 35 grand.
Didn't he just slip up and say 15? That's the true number, y'all. Because I'm pretty sure he lost a deposit probably on the banquet hall. So he might be out of money there. We know that there was some marketing material like this fiasco we see here, the transparent image that I have here. That was part of their marketing material. But he paid people for, I don't even know. He probably did the website himself. Ain't no telling. But he got that person, Dez. He is paying for liquidity. So he probably is out of 15,000. I ain't gonna say he ain't out of nothing because he did. Unless he ain't paid these people yet, but I think he paid for the marketing and stuff and the banquet hall.
Yep, there you go. Have I talked to Corey about this? What are his thoughts? I have talked to Corey about this, and he's down with whatever. He whatever. Corey's like, I'll do whatever you want to do. Like, if you want to do something, let's do it. He's like, if not, save me a room in Bali. Like, he's like, we can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's cool. Corey just rolls with the punches though. He's He's a man. Like, he's a real man. Like, he just, you know how men are. He's just like, fuck it, let's go.
So is Jeromie not a real man because Jeromie decided he didn't want to be a part of this ish show anymore? He cut his losses. Are you implying that he's not a real man because Corey's a real man because he rolls with the punches with everything you say? We ain't really saying a real man. I ain't got to what we're about to get to next yet. I ask y'all after we do the Corey origin segment if y'all think Corey a real man.
You know? So, there you have it. Have you and Jeromie sat down and communicated as friends since his live? We have not. We have not. And I'm going to be very honest with you. From a friendship perspective, I don't feel like I have license to demand my way into Jeromie's space.
Look how he answered this one now. Now, remember yesterday when we watched it, on yesterday's episode of Scamisha, as the crook turns, he was saying, they were telling him while he was on live for hours, telling him, you need to check on Jeromie and see what's going on, you know, based on that live, and et cetera, et cetera. He's acting like, I don't know what he said in that live. Meanwhile, he had been communicating with Jeromie before Jeromie went live. So now this is his answer to people asking the update on what's happening with Jeromie. Because he said he was going to immediately contact Jeromie. Listen to this.
When he's not ready for me to be there. Let me say that one more time. I do not think I have license enough to demand myself into Jeromie's space when Jeromie is not ready for me to be there. Here's what I mean.
So if this is your friend and it's just about checking on him, how are you demanding, I don't want to demand my way into Jeromie's life? What, girl? What? So now he's like, well, Jeromie don't want to receive me, and so I ain't going to demand my way into Jeromie's life. Now, notice how you got to pay attention to the key pieces of this. It's now shifted from being on Darius to reach out to him to the blame is on Jeromie. Jeromie won't receive me. Not that I don't care. Not that I'm not emotionally invested enough to care, because I never cared for him like that anyway. It was about what I could get from him. And now that he's cut me off from being able to get anything from him, I could give an F about him. And now the truth comes out. Not that, but Jeromie won't receive me. It's on Jeromie. Leaving out the part that when Jeromie was in communication with you, and when you had an ability to communicate with Jeromie, you instead ran to your social media, your Instagram lives, and sat on there for hours talking to your D-hags versus talking to your alleged friend, Jeromie. So I would have cut your ass off too. Why are you on live talking to them, claiming and acting like you have an interest in me as a person, but you spending hours with them? And then afterwards, I guarantee you Crooks ain't reached out to him, because he tells you, he tells more. You have to listen to this girl, because she be all over the place, but they so enamored with her that they don't even notice. The truth, she tells a bit of the truth wrapped up in a big ass lie. Everything she does, you just hop from bit of a truth, big ass lie wrapped in it, to the next bit of a truth, then the big ass lie wrapped in it. That's how she narrates her stories, her side. Pay attention to the bits of the truth, though.
We all have best friends. We all have best friends that we know, we love the whole situation, right? Dr. Bobby, Kim, Valencia, Brian.
So now he's about to tell you that Jerome was never a real friend for him anyway. They weren't that close, is now what he's saying. I thought they were too close for their relationship to ever break apart. Thought they had too strong of a bond. Thought they'd been friends for over a decade. Or were y'all associates for a decade? Friends of convenience for a decade?
These are my best friends, right? I called Valencia. This is my third time calling Valencia. Today, I called her when I was at lunch. And I said, if this heifer do not answer this phone, I'm going to be on a plane to Chicago to her house tomorrow. Because it's my third time calling her and I didn't get a response, right? And that's unlike her. Well, see, that's Valencia. I have license, you know. Dr. Bobby and I, we say this all the time. All the time. Ain't no hanging up. Ain't no not talking. Ain't no, Bobby said, if you tried that with me, I would be at your front door, right? We don't do that, right? So, like, I have license with those people to, like, the nth degree. Let me tell you how much license I have with Dr. Bobby. I don't know what prompted me to ask him this question. But I said, what's your ATM PIN number? Right? And he told me his ATM PIN number. That's how much license we both have. I said, why'd you ask me that? I said, I was just thinking. Like, I know what mine is and the significance behind my PIN number. But I'm like, what's yours? He was like, you know what? This was he said something like something he had back in college, an address or something he had back in, it's one of those things, right?
Y'all got to pay attention to this predator. The reason he and Dr. Bobby, and I'm still trying to, figure out, y'all know I'm very analytical and very emotionally intelligent. Y'all didn't know, y'all learning. I did not know Dr. Bobby. Dr. Bobby wasn't in the picture when Darius Cooks and I stopped being friends. He came along like a year or two later when Darius Cooks escaped to New York after scamming hundreds of people in Chicago. But I've been paying attention to bits and pieces. And what I feel like was happening in that moment of that conversation, look at her face on that screen. What I noticed that was happening, somebody screenshot that. That's a good one. What I noticed was happening in that moment, that was a predatory move. I'm going to test how much you trust me. Because over the years, I'm sure he's been doing other little things here or there. And then he asked a question that could be somewhat perceived as a little innocent, but yet I'm really testing to see how far this goes with you. How far can I take it with you? And he asked this friend his PIN number, and then he shares it. I still haven't, because Dr. Bobby is low key. He gets on in Darius chats here or there. He does have a YouTube channel and stuff. Seems a little boring, but I don't know much about him. I don't really know much about him. But Darius has an angle with Dr. Bobby, and it's a predatory angle, but it's working. Dr. Bobby is giving him something. And it could be that Dr. Bobby is very sympathetic to the woe is me, like he feeds not only the ego of Crooks, and I know he does that. He feeds the ego of Crooks, but he probably also nurtures in some odd way that inner damaged child of Darius Cooks. All of his victim story, he probably is, oh, woo, 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 woo. Like something, that seems like the nature of their relationship. And again, I heard that, when God calls Darius home to take his last breath, that Dr. Bobby knows where all the bones are buried. I have heard that. Not sure how true it is, but I've heard that. Been told that. By, people look closer to everything. Cass, this thing be jumping. Cass Management says, Vil, did you ever meet Daz? I'm not sure. I'm bad with names. And that was so long, like, it's like we're talking about over a decade ago now. So even some of the people that were around Darius Cooks a lot, I could barely tell you unless I maybe saw them. So the name sounds familiar, but I don't know if it sounds familiar because he talks about it now or because I actually knew them back in the day. I don't know. I'll close out this poll. Do you think that Darius Cooks is out of the $35,000 that he claims for this? Only 70% of y'all said yes. None of y'all believe nothing he said. 93% of y'all like, Vil, don't ask us dumb questions. All right, let's continue with this gaslighting.
So he and I, we got license. We don't hold back. You know, if say he say something I don't like, I'm gonna tell him, and vice versa. Jeromie are not at that level. You know what I mean? We're not at that level. I'm at the level where I could hold on.
Lydia Jones is saying, I don't believe his name is Darius Cooks. I'm not sure what angle you're coming from with that. If you're like thinking that's his name, that's his legal name, or he's claiming that's his legal name, that's not his legal name. But I'm not sure if there's sarcasm. I don't know. But Darius Cooks is his stage name. His real name is Darius Travoy Williams, but he says that. He admits that. We all know that. I mean, it's no secret that Darius Cooks is not his real name. That's his influencer stage name. He got that name somewhere. I think it was from him. If I vaguely remember the story, this was after me though. After we weren't friends, he said that somebody was like, Darius show can cook, and then somebody was like, Darius Cooks, and it stuck as a name. However, I know his friend, well, ex-friend, Zeta Cooks, who was a part of his first podcast when he was still in Chicago, on the west side of Chicago, living on Warren. That was kitchen number 2 that I decorated for free and painted and spent the night and everything to hook that up for him. But when he was living there, he and Zeta Cook were on a podcast together. Now, Zeta, her stage name is also Zeta Cooks. Now, what I'm not sure of is if her name was Zeta Cook first and he copied from her, because that could be very likely. I'm gonna have to reach out to her and ask her, because it crossed my mind, but it never crossed my mind when I was actually, at any point when I've been talking to her. But yes, so I don't know if that's what you meant, but that's not his legal name. And I get some people, when I call him Darius Crooks, they was like, oh my God, it's so ironic that his last name is Crooks and he a crook. No, it's the name I gave him. Well, I'm sorry, that name was given to him by people who've been exposing him for years. He gained that name, I think around 2013, 2014. People started calling him Darius Crooks. I have adapted that name as his official name.
Block this person. I'm at the level with Jeromie where, he's got, you all know he's got.
Listen to this. I purposely kept this in and made it a little louder. Him blocking, because you'll see when he's creating these narratives, what he doesn't want is people in the comments speaking truth and saying, why are you lying about that? That's not true. Blah, blah, blah. Pay them people their money or whatever. He gets upset and then he'll block them. So here's a moment in here because they're disturbing the flow of his hypnotism. Stop it. You can't make no noise while I'm doing this. They buying everything I'm saying. You make a noise, you snap them out of their hypnosis.
And that's the level. Well, I'm telling you, ask me a question. I'm giving you the answer. I'm not giving you the answer for you to judge. And I'm not giving you the answer for you. This is not I'm not on trial here. Okay. No matter how much you think I am or how much you want me to be, I'm not on trial here. Okay. So I get that you, have questions about this, or you may have a judgment, but I'm telling you the truth, right? I don't have that kind of license for Jeromie, for me to do that with him. Like, I can't demand my way into his space. Like, I don't have that kind of a license, right? Nor am I interested in having said license. Just FYI, okay? Nor am I interested in having said license. So when Jeromie is ready to come around, nobody's blaming Jeromie. When Jeromie is ready to come around, because
nobody's blaming Jeromie, but all we've been hearing is when Jeromie allows me to, Jeromie left. When Jeromie quit, it's just so much confusion now. Like, but I'm not blaming Jeromie. What? Also, there's somebody. Well, God, I can't keep up with the chat. Mr. and Mrs. Peoples says you should reach out to see if you can interview Jeromie. Yep. I'm here to let you know, Mr. and Mrs. Peoples, and anyone else, because I get these suggestions. They'll try to interview so-and-so, That ain't my ministry. Now, I just got to the point where I'm okay with interviewing people because I have skills. I can do it. But what I ain't doing is reaching out to nobody. Now, if y'all want to reach out to them and facilitate that, I'm more than open to it. So if you want to see someone be interviewed over here in the spectacular way that I would do it, you have to bring that person to this platform. And then I will do the other part. I'll do the rest. But I am not reaching out to anybody. I don't go on people's DMs. And that's just for everybody. I just want y'all to know that. I don't want y'all wasting y'all time asking me to do something I ain't going to do. Okay, back to the video.
Who walked away? That's it. Who walked away? So when Jeremy's ready to come around, we'll be here. And that's just being mature, if I can be honest with you. How's the restaurant and home coming along in Bali? We should get, I just wired some money over. We should be getting the 2D plans either this week or beginning of next week. And then once I approve the 2D plans, then we will have, they're going to do the 3D plans. And once the 3D plans are done and paid for, then we will source a construction company to do the soil tests, the well digs, and then build the house and the restaurant. Thanks.
So that is him talking about his next venture, aka grift. And we hear a little bit more about that towards the end of this watch party. But for those of you who don't know, because I know everybody don't keep up with this stuff like that, this is truly a soap opera, y'all. That's why I was like, hell, let's just do it every day. It's a soap opera. Darius Cooks went to Bali for the first time a couple months ago. He went there. He was touring. He had Corey, his videographer, with him before he got fired. And Darius Cooks fell in love with the place, met a guy who was a tour guide / chef, like a cook or something. And they ended up going into, the guy was like, somehow, I forgot the details, and we can visit that story for sure, but I'm just giving a quick overview. Somehow, fast forward, he and the guy get into a business deal. During that trip, his first time to Bali, his first time meeting this guy who was a tour guide. So Darius is in Bali, and now he's going live that he's met this guy named Tommy. He's I forgot if he's from Indonesia or whatever, but he's an Asian guy who is aware of R&B and hip hop. He actually doesn't this is interesting when Darius Cooks said, because the guy doesn't quite have an accent. Like he's able to, he can speak multiple languages, and he's able to kind of adapt to certain accents. So he can give you a little of a Southern accent. He has his, Belizean accent or whatever it's called. And Darius Cooks is like, that's the thing about him. He'll be talking 1 minute and he can go into this, this accent and this, and you'll even forget that he not this. I was like, that sounds like a con artist. That sounds like a chameleon. That would not make me feel more comfortable. The fact that this guy is able to shift into all these different personalities, that would make me more cautious. But Darius Cooks, he all for it. Claudia says he has his grinder accent right. I'm sure that's another reason why he wants to go to Bali. He probably realized the boys are cheaper down there than in Mexico and Puerto Rico. I say what I said. So now they're in a business deal together. Darius Cooks says that Tommy helped him find land to build a restaurant on. They're going to go into a restaurant business together. And Darius Cooks is building his house there. So supposedly on this land, there's going to be Darius Cooks. The restaurant is going to be a hip hop chicken place with Kool-Aid, because he said he's bringing Kool-Aid to Bali because they haven't heard of Kool-Aid. So he's going to become rich from selling Kool-Aid in Bali. Then on top of the restaurant is going to be his house. He's going to have like a 3-bedroom house or something he set up there. So now he's sending money to Bali. He's having these virtual meetings with architects and all of that. So I think he's saying he's expecting the 2D plans and within the next week. Then they go, if he approved those, they're going to do the 3D plans, et cetera, et cetera. So he's sending money there and all this stuff is being done. He's supposed to be going back there next month in April And he's going to spend the whole month of April there creating content and I guess watching this house be built, or this hip hop chicken restaurant. Some people are speculating, like STL, that they gonna scam him. I found it interesting that I don't want to go too deep, y'all, because we got to keep it moving. But y'all know I can just go. I can just go when it comes to this subject. I found it interesting, and I had this as a clip. Did I ever put it? No, I haven't put it out yet. It's gonna come out. Darius Cooks said when he was with Tommy, who was taking him on a tour of Bali as a part of this, cooking thing experience, whatever they were doing. He said that when he was riding with Tommy and they would get out of the car, Tommy was able to leave $200 in, like hundreds of dollars, in his cup holder in his car, and nobody steal it, nobody touch it. He said people were leaving their keys and their mopeds. He was like, there is a zero crime in Bali, which I was instantly like, what? That don't even sound right. Like, humans are there. Of course there's crime. Anywhere there's humans, there's crime on some level. So he says there's zero crime there. He said, yeah, because even Tommy, he was able to leave his money in his cup holder. Nobody even bothered it, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, what if Tommy is like a kingpin there? Or he's that connected there that they know not to touch his stuff? Like, you just got there. You don't know the vibe there. Then the person he is leasing the land from to build his this restaurant and this house is the chief of police, supposedly. So he was like, yeah, and I ain't got to worry about nothing because the chief of police is the person who it just so happened by coincidence that the land he's interested in is owned by the chief of police by coincidence. So long story short, he was giving money right away. He's doing all this stuff. He claims there's zero crime in Bali. I knew that was wrong. So I just immediately, out of curiosity, Googled it. And it's like got some of the highest crime rates. Also, they are very known for scamming. And when I Googled like the YouTube channel, I went on YouTube to look for videos about Bali, all kind of warnings about scams. They said, when you are in Bali, do not stand on the curb as a tourist, videotaping, you know how we do, maybe taking a selfie or you videotaping the surroundings. They said, if you stand at the curb, don't be surprised if someone who's on a moped, maybe two people, and they go by you, the person on the back may snatch your phone as they whiz by you. They also said, this guy, he had like 21 things not to do in Bali. It was a lot. The other thing he said was, if you do not only use the ATMs that you see the locals use. Don't use no random ATMs because there's a lot of ATMs that are set up there to steal your credit card information. They have the swipers in there, whatever they call those things, the code breakers. He said, but the locals know which ATMs those are, so they don't go to them. So it's a cultural thing. They know that that's a scamming ATM. And instead of calling the local police and getting it shut down or taken out, it's like, oh yeah, you just stay away from that. That's for dumb tourists. That's for scamishas and scamyases who come here to our country talking about how rich they are. And then we send them to that ATM over there. Skimmers. Thank you, cast management. Right. The credit card skimmers. It was a bunch of other stuff, but that ain't what topic we on today. So we go from Crooks saying, and literally he emphasized there's zero crime. I'm going to play that. We may watch that tomorrow or something. This week, maybe for the week's out for sure. He's saying there is zero crime. And literally I was able to pull up crime statistics instantly. And they said corruption was the highest of all of them. So maybe it's not so safe renting land from the chief of police if corruption, political and institutional corruption is their highest crime rate. She's so smart, she dumb.
Okay. Darius, how can things change so quickly? Sorry. Oh, don't be sorry. I'm an entrepreneur. This is what we do, right? This is what happens. My edible's finna kick in. This is what happens. This is what we do. This is who we are. We are movers. We are shakers. We roll with it. If you must be new, because baby, when I tell you we have been through the roof with changes over the years, right? And so, I mean, you just roll with it, babe. That's it. And you control what you can control, and what you can't control, you just turn it over to the Lord. That's it. And take an edible. I would like to say I love you and what you're doing. I started cookies.
And Claudia, you said not the edibles kicking in. That's actually his evening, the name of his evening before bedtime live. He calls it before the edibles kick in. So he takes his edible and then he rambles and then he eats like Cookie Monster and crumbs all over his face. He eats every night, get the munchies. And then he just rambles until he gets so high and delusional that he realizes it's not safe to keep talking. And then he gets off every night. And he calls it before the edibles kick in. And they love it. They eat it up.
My cookies business here in Florida because of you. And would like to know what I should do to grow it. Girl, this is the wrong time to ask me that question as high as I am. Why are you sending more money over? Because I'm paying. Did you know I was financing the project in Bali? That's my money. That's why I got 90% of the business and Tommy got 10% of the business because I'm funding it. See, I got the know-how. He got the name. All right. So, yeah, I fully play. Because see, the thing is, when you have 90% of the business and you pay 100% of the capital, that means you get 90% of the profit. This called investment, sowing and reaping. You know how I tell you, you can't pick fruit from a tree you didn't plant? I planted this tree. Okay? Oh, yes. This tree, I planted. Thank you.
The arrogance. It's the arrogance for me. So the poll question that's coming out there, do you think that the 90-10 split, hold on, because I wasn't done. Split is fair. It's fair to Tommy. It's fair. I'm gonna just leave it at that and I'm explaining the rest. To Tommy, who is the person who is in Bali, taking care of this whole project management piece. On top of that, to my knowledge, Tommy is also helping with the menu for the restaurant. So not only is he project managing the house being, the property being built, all these other, facilitating all these other pieces, but then when the restaurant gets open, or in opening the restaurant, he's helping to open the restaurant too. So he's helping to build the building, including your private residence, and he's also helping to build out the restaurant and I think get it operational. And I'm not sure if I think he's managing it. Like he's probably gonna find the employees and everything else. He only get 10%. And then he said, because Tommy has the name, meaning Tommy is known there. That's the part that throws me off. Tommy seems to be a very popular man there. And it would then mean to me that the community has a trust for Tommy, but that don't mean that trust automatically flows over to Scamisha. It seems like you're pushing it at 10%, and then it makes me say, did he see you coming? Because you know when Crooks went there, because this is her. This is how she performs. Yeah, I'm gonna use my MX because I'm a multi-millionaire and I made 6 figures last month alone. And, you know, I'm looking for somewhere to retire because I'm a millionaire. I can see her going over there telling them that she's a millionaire in every other sentence. And I think they saw her coming. And I think Tommy like, oh, okay, you just want 10%? Okay, fine. I would have took 1% because the truth is I'm going to get more than that from you by the time that's done. Through a scam. I don't know. It seems shady. It seems... I don't know. It's got my antenna sticking up. But who knows? He says he's favored by God. Scamisha, she says that she is, Darius Cooks says that she is favored by God, maybe she gonna get that kind of miracle that she can pay somebody, have somebody doing all that work while she in a whole different country, laying on her back with her Taco Tuesday meat. I love that. I saw somebody say Taco Tuesday meat. Taco Tuesday meat chest laid out, and Tommy right now, the same hours that she laying there like that, is working, getting her business together. And she thinks 10% is fair. Do y'all see her level of greed? Even just from the level of, from a cultural perspective, all that Tommy is adding to this, all the red tape he's eliminating for her potentially because he knows the culture and she doesn't. But she feels like he's only worth 10%. I know he was helping with the menus because Crooks said that Tommy sent him his ideas for the menu. And of course, Crooks trashed them. And I was like, oh, that's garbage. I got to help him with this. Of course, it wasn't your idea. So you're going to say it's garbage. He doing menus and building the place and getting you to hook up with vendors and stuff. Architects. Got to find the general contractors. And he get 10%? Huh?
Jeremy didn't tell you he walked away, though. He could have just been on live and venting. His last words were, if you were looking forward to seeing me, I'm sorry, I won't be there. Man, see what I'm saying? Fuck this shit. I'm out. That was one. And then I have a text message that said he was.
That's the moment when I knew that that's what got under Crook's skin. She, again, is a bully with very thin skin. Watch her recite it. When she recites it like that, she was seething. And probably it tapped into her childhood again, the abandonment and all that. She can't take it. Listen, when she recites it, she closes her eyes and looks up because she's remembering verbatim, even the sound of what she heard that made her feel so hurt. And in that moment, as she said before, she's on or off, hot or cold when it comes to relationships. Ain't no halfway with her. That's when she flipped the switch and Jerome was forever cast away into the abyss because his statement online hurt her feelings. I know because she does the same thing with a created narrative she created about supposedly what I said when we stopped being friends back in 2011. She'll still try to recite it to this day. And I said, oh, that hurt her feelings. I didn't even know she's seen it because it was in a private group. There was a mole in the group that shared it with her. But her feelings was hurt.
This called investment. Sowing and reaping. You know how I tell you? His last words were, if you were looking forward to seeing me, I'm sorry, I won't be.
Look at her. Close her eyes. Oh, she has committed this to memory. This is etched in her soul. How dare you quit on me? How dare you have feelings?
Be there. Man, see what I'm saying? Fuck this shit. I'm out.
She literally repeated it verbatim, y'all. Pay attention to psychologically what's happening there.
That was.
I see Brando. So I'm looking at that on my monitor. Comment is, or question is, does he pay his taxes? He hasn't in the past. I'm not sure 100%. I know she's not paying them the way they're supposed to be paid. We know that because she has admitted to just making up tax return numbers just to get it in, and then she amends it.
One, and then I have a text message that said he was.
Right, Nurse Lady Vlogs. He was triggered. Thank you for that one. Sometimes I can't think of the words. It's too much I got up here in his brain with this foolishness. He was triggered.
He was done. So
that's how we know. And then again, because remember, he was saying he never saw it. Now you're able to quote it verbatim, and you never called Jeremy because you saw it when Jeremy did it live. That's why you never called Jeremy. But you got on your IG lives afterwards and was like, oh, I'm going to call him. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see it. He'll say, and pay attention as we move along with other things and even with this, he'll always say he didn't see something when he doesn't want to be able to answer to it. It's his way of escaping having to answer. Well, I can't answer that. I didn't see it. Oh, well, that's what y'all saying, but I haven't seen it yet. Well, no, I didn't see that. So, I mean, it's a fair question, but I can't answer something about something I don't know about. Although he saw it and can recite it verbatim.
Not sure where you're getting your information from, but what I just said was a fact. Why did y'all not do a 7-course meal for the 3 kings? Because we was trying to not make it be like dining with Darius Cooks, child. That's why. That's why. When you come up to Chicago, can we meet up so I can get my book signed? Girl, if you see me in the airport, yes. I hope you got, what you call it? Doc, I think we are spoiled. Do one big one by yourself. I ain't no think y'all spoiled. I ain't no.
Look at Donna over there on Facebook, lost in the abyss, talking about some, oh, I just figured out who you are and why you are so down on Darius. Am I down on Darius or just talking about the facts of Darius? Don't think your 21 viewers can bother Darius when he was just online with 3.5K. Jealous much? No, because we got we got 10,000K on the last video. We got you're looking at one platform, slow girl. Count all my platforms that we're on. We're simulcasting. Catch up. Oh, hey, flying monkey. Arr! See, they like to do stuff like that and minimize. What she forgets while she touting for somebody who's been at this a decade and he only got 3.5 viewers on his live. He should have more than that. He got 1 million, supposedly, if they ain't all bots, like I keep telling y'all they are, most of them. He should have way more than that. You sound a little silly. He been doing it for over a decade. I've been only doing this for 3 years, and my views are right in line with his. The math ain't mathing. Educate yourself. That's part of how you're getting bamboozled. Wake up, suckerette. Wake up. And research the people you're trying to come for. You sound really slow when we over here with a whole clan, a whole mob of people watching. And she talking about I got 20-something people. Girl, that's one of the platforms.
Think. Ain't no think. It's a definite. Do you see yourself ever potentially working together on that scale ever again in the future? Was this maybe the wrong time? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see myself doing some stuff in the future for myself, with me, but, I'm never going to say never, I'm never going to say never. I am never going to say never, ever. Nope. I'm never going to say that. Was the live how you found out about how Jeromie felt? Yeah. I mean, the live, but I guess before he went live, I had and I don't know the timing of it. I'm assuming it had to be because when he got off of live, I had the text message. So I'm going to assume he sent me the message prior to going on live. And it was a message it was just me and Corey. It was the 3 of us. We were on a text thread. It's just the 3 of us, me, Corey, and Jeremy. We have several text threads, but that's one text thread. It's just.
Got some comments over here on IG too. For Donna, I read your comment on Facebook. I've mostly been reading them from YouTube. Now I'm going to go over here and read over here on my Instagram because, we got viewers over here too. Miss Beatty is saying, facts, ask them to show where you ever lied. I'll wait. Right. I'll wait. It says he wants the narrative to be everyone else's but his. Right. Thank you, my Instagram viewers and my Facebook viewers. And I just decided not to do Twitter today. we can go over there to those thousands of viewers too if we want it. This is the problem with the flying monkeys. They go with Darius Cooks' narrative. Oh, I know who you is. based on what Massa told us. And I ain't never researched myself. So when I get in your comments, I look like a buffoon. I look like the flying, uneducated monkey that I am. Arr! Closing out the poll, is 90 to 10 split, the 90 to 10 split fair to Tommy? 9% of y'all say yes. That's the 9% of the flying monkeys who are on the YouTube side. Because again, we're on multiple platforms here, Donna. And then 92% of y'all actually are fair human beings that know that you don't have to get over on other humans for God to bless you. It actually works the opposite. The more you give, the more you receive.
He sent it to that group text. So that's why Corey, when you heard Corey earlier, he was like, man, I just woke up. I checked my phone. You know, that's what he was referring to, was the messages that he had gotten this morning. What is LaQuincy's outlook on this? You know, I'm never one to bug folks on their day off, you know? So I did call LaQuincy yesterday. She was...
Oh, Donna, I'm going to do what you used to your leader doing. I'm going to brag a little bit. I forgot all about TikTok. I don't go live over there. I got to start hooking that up. For Donna, I think I'm going to just go live on TikTok as well the next time, where we get... we got a video over there about Crooks that's got 600,000 views. We almost at close to a million, probably 700,000 at this point. But I only got 23 viewers. Girl, if you haven't gone somewhere, you're gaslighting.
Because I guess I went live yesterday and she didn't see any of the live. Was this before or after? I don't remember. Maybe it's I don't remember the topic. I'm so sorry. But I don't recall. And then what that man kept saying, I don't recall, Judge. I don't recall, ma'am. I don't recall. But I called LaQuincy. One thing I know how to do is, like, as a leader, you know, all the key players somebody get to know something, you know. You don't want to spring this on people at the last minute. You want to just, you know, let them know as soon as you find out. So I called LaQuincy. She was getting dressed or something like that. And I just put a bug in her ear and told her, you know, this, that, and the third. And I told her, you know, we'd talk about it. We'd be there at the Monday meeting. I think we talked about the ticket sales and coming up with ideas or something. I don't know. I forget, y'all. And so that was that. So I said, you know, we'll talk about it on Monday. And then this morning, I sent a text to everybody saying, you know, I slept on it, this, that, and the third. You know, we can talk about it. And then LaQuincy was like, cool, we'll do that at the meeting. And that was it.
Okay, listen to this part of the gaslighting. So LaQuincy, who is the admin for this thing, he's canceling. Now this, by the time he's doing this here live last night, he officially canceled it. This is the same ish he pulled when he closed the restaurants, where he announced the closing on his Instagram live on social media, but never took the time to talk to the people who actually worked at the restaurant. The employees of the restaurant went to work. Some of them who hadn't seen his live went to work and couldn't get in and wondered why. And then they hear, didn't you hear that on his social media, he told his followers who don't work for him that he's closed the restaurant. Fast forward, because this is what he does. Again, he jumped on his IG lives over the weekend telling the followers he was considering canceling when Corey and Jeromie were at home, like, we good, don't worry about it. We'll sell enough tickets to still do it. He's like, no, I'm finna go to my father. And he admitted, we saw this yesterday, that Jeromie got mad because he took that to his followers. He went on IG lives. He cares more about, because they, you know, they're feeding him whatever he says, it goes for them. He runs to them because he's going to get approval no matter really what he says, except for in the case of that Hennessy menu. So now he's admitting, when you pay attention, Donna, wasn't her name Donna? You pay attention, Donna, you'll know that he's telling on himself. He's admitting that he only talked to LaQuinty earlier in the day. That was before he officially canceled. That evening, he's like, well, I don't bother my people on the weekend. You're canceling her job. Her job no longer exists. That's worth a notification, at least a text message or something. He ain't telling her nothing. But he's telling the people online. The people online know before she know what her financial situation is about to be. What sense do that make?
So I haven't really talked to her, if I can answer your question. That's the long way of saying I haven't talked to her about this, but she's keenly aware.
I haven't talked to her about this, meaning I just canceled it, but she's keenly aware. What? What? That don't even make sense. You told her that y'all have a meeting on Monday. So I would think she's not thinking that means y'all canceled completely. Then I saw y'all in the chat a little earlier. It's like, I don't like to jump around a lot because some of y'all be updating in real time, but I'm doing a timeline, so I ain't finna jump around like that. But I saw some of y'all saying that he's officially said that LaQuinty, as of today, the live he was just doing, he's saying that LaQuinty doesn't work with him anymore. Last night, he's saying, well, she knew we was going to have a meeting on Monday, and she's keenly aware of what, I don't know. And then when he cancels via social media and doesn't have the respect to cancel with her or inform her. Today she gone because she's like, you know what? I see what Jeromie was talking about. And I hope you and Jeromie, LaQuinty and Jeromie, I hope y'all are able to fight through this as friends. I don't know how long y'all was friends, but y'all was saying y'all was best friends or something. Don't let this devil break up y'all years of friendship. Hopefully y'all learn more about each other and learn to trust each other more than you trust people just because they claim to have some wealth and popularity. So now LaQuinty ass out too. I'm gonna have the next thumbnail. I'm gonna add her on it and put an X through her. No, I might though.
She's keenly aware. So, do you think with what Jeromie is going through with his health posts, a big?
What you saying, Destiny? LaQuinty said she had a contract. He would pay me what my contract states I'm to be paid. He canceled. I'm a little lost. Are you saying she's saying she got her full pay and now that it's canceled, she's good, it's settled? Or that he promised her that he would pay her what her contract states, but now he's canceled and she ain't getting paid? I'm a little lost on where we're going with that. And where did LaQuinty do a live? Is that why you know that? Like what she said? What'd she say this at? Y'all know I like a good old video or a post. That's what I'll be wanting. Y'all know I need the receipts, or let me know where I can find it at the very least.
Big part with his decision, I have no idea. I have no idea. I couldn't even begin to tell you. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, now this should prove to you when I was talking about this.
Saying no, she said she was the only one with a contract. Yes, I remember that from the Q&A, but it like has something else happen. Oh yeah, she said, yes, I'm aware of that, but that means nothing. Like, I hear you, friend, but I'm saying from the perspective of contracts mean nothing to Darius Cooks. Literally, they mean nothing because the way he looks at it, he's like Donald Trump. The way he looks at it is, sue me then. If I didn't abide by the rules of this contract, sue me. And he knows that the majority of people will not go through all the steps it takes to sue. And he's going to make you chase him for it. So contracts don't mean anything with Darius. We can go through that too. I mean, I think I've mentioned it before. Hell, we've been talking about this 2 years. Darius Cooks story, quick story time. Because he ain't talking about shit. Quick story time. Darius Cooks, when he did the build out of Greens and Gravy, his first restaurant in Atlanta, he had an interior designer I don't know how he met the lady or whatever. I don't know the origins of that. But anyway, he had an interior designer work with him on the restaurant. She did work. He negotiated her down below her price. Y'all want to guess in the chat what he told her she would get that would replace that money? How he was able to convince her to take less money than she normally would charge for those same services? What did Darius Cooks promise her? Put it in the chat if you know. So she takes less money than she normally would charge. She then had, there you go, Shannon Ivory. Ding, 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 Shannon. Exposure. That's his go-to. He told this, and you too, Latanya. I see him coming in now. He told this interior designer, come down on your price because, you know, I'm very popular and I have millions of people, blah, blah, blah. And so people are going to come to the restaurant and you're going to get more business, you know, blah, 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 this and that. So she goes for it. He got me the same way. And he was just starting out even. But back then, you know, to us, I can't even remember how many. I think he had maybe 5,000 followers on Facebook. And he had like 5,000 on Facebook. He probably had like 10,000 on YouTube or something, 15,000. So those numbers seem pretty huge, well, big enough, at least back then. Hold on, I'm trying to relog into this. Will it even let me? Yeah, I think no, it's just gonna ask me. I was trying to reset the Instagram live for Donna. No, let me stop. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. Oh well, bye Instagram. But anyway, so she does that, and then she hired so I guess she was acting kind of like as general contractor. So she has a contractor come in, they do some work. It's all said and done. Darius is opening a restaurant. Guess who don't get paid? Guess who don't get paid? The interior designer. She didn't get paid in her exposure nor in her balance that she was due. On top of that, she had to pay the contractor out of her pocket, paid the contractor some money. So what she ended up doing was suing Darius Cooks. If I'm not mistaken, only because it was so long ago, like I heard about this story, and I have the receipts. I literally have the filing, the court filing and everything from her. But I want to say it took close to a year maybe or something like that for everything to happen. She sues him. Darius Cooks waits because I bet he never expected her to go that far. He literally waits until a day or two before the court hearing, and then he just pays her off. He pays it. Then there's the story. So this is how she rolled. This is how Darius Cooks rolled. It's so many more people who could have sued him, including me. Me and the other business partner just didn't want to keep putting more money into that. And he was broke back then too. Wasn't nothing to get from him. And she was running. She was running to New York. We didn't even know where she was at that point. So then you have the guy who did the pergola at his home in Atlanta. Guy did the construction work. Darius Cooks claimed he ain't like something or whatever. And Darius Cooks refused to pay the man anything. I forgot how much that one was. I think that was a few thousand too. Refused to pay the man anything. So the man put a lien on his house. And so, of course, that house got eventually sold. So I'm sure the guy got paid at that point. But that's how Darius, and that's just two stories real quick. That's how Darius Cooks rolls. So LaQuinty, and who else did a contract with him recently got screwed? I can't even think of it off the top of my head. It's not contract. Oh, Chantel, LaQuinty, Vel B. It don't matter. He don't abide by contracts. He will nickel and dime the contract, go back and forth with you, negotiate it, making you think he cares and he's interested in it. And then at the end of the day, he's going to do whatever the hell he want to do, which is what he did with Chantel. And then he going to walk away and he going to dare you to sue him. And most people not. Most people not. So, LaQuinty, if you got a lot of time on your hand, get ready to file your lawsuit. If not, count your losses. I don't know how much he owe you. But unless he needs something from you, you ain't going to get it. You ain't getting it.
different floors of friendship. I don't even know, right? Even as his friend, I don't know what the health issue is or how it might affect. I have no idea. I have no idea. There's no way I can answer that question. I literally don't even know. Do you feel betrayed by Jeromie, especially because you know the full story and take up for him on every corner?
Y'all see the delusion in that comment, that question rather? Do you feel betrayed by Jeromie? What the F did Jeromie do to Darius Cooks? When you've been there for him at every turn and every corner, he's been throwing Jeromie under the bus since Jeremie's husband was getting teased online, and it upset Jeromie. Craziness. And this person, this D-hiver, is, oh my God, he's treated you so bad. Do you feel upset by him disappointing you? When you've only been there for him at every turn, he's sitting here dragging him during this live. What the hell are you talking about?
The same wasn't given for you. No, I don't feel sorry. I don't feel betrayed by anybody. I don't. I look at everything as a learning opportunity. What is the need for me to stop calling him Jeromie? You've worked with him for months. You know how to pronounce his name. His name is pronounced Jeromie. Girl, what you smoking? No, I don't feel betrayed. Because I honestly genuinely love and have a love and a care and a concern for him. So before my mind goes to betrayal, my mind goes to concern, my mind goes to worry. I'm at the point with Jeromie. Here's the friendship part. I'm at the point with Jeromie where I'm more like, before I even want to feel betrayed, the first thing I want to feel is, are you okay? I want to feel, whoa, I want to be there. So yeah, I don't feel betrayal because I can't feel betrayal because I'm feeling concern, worry, love, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So
that's love bombing. Well, yeah, I'm just feeling love and concern. Girl, you don't love that man. You just said he ain't really your real friend. You just said, to be honest, I don't even know what his illness is. I don't even know what he's dealing with. We're not cool like that. Where does love and concern come from? You had him in Puerto Rico when his friend was dying. And that, to me, doesn't mean he could have did virtually. Or it could have been rescheduled, postponed. It wasn't an emergency meeting. It was a vacation you wanted to take. On top of that, oh my God, y'all, it's coming to me. In one of the videos, Darius Cooks says that he had to convince Jeromie to go to Puerto Rico, that Jeromie did not want to go. Was it in the Q&A, y'all? Help me remember if it is, because I'm gonna grab that clip for one of our future episodes. I forgot about Darius Cooks said he convinced Jeromie to go to Puerto Rico. Jeromie didn't want to go. Now we know. In my mind, when he mentioned it, I kind of let it fly, but I did notice it. And Jeromie was shaking his head. Yeah, it was the Q&A. It had to be the Q&A. I was thinking, oh, Jeromie must didn't want to go because maybe, he from Mississippi. Maybe he don't like to travel. I know he live in Florida, but maybe he don't like to travel like that, blah, blah, blah. No. Jeromie, tell us, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to tell us, Jeromie. You got to do it live. Break this down for us. Tell us if the reason you did not want to go to Puerto Rico for that Three Kings meeting was because your friend was gravely ill and you didn't want to be that far away. And Darius Cooks convinced you that meeting, that was all optional, was more important than you staying in town closer to your friend who was unfortunately leaving. Wow. I can't confirm that right now. But y'all know I ain't wrong about I kind of ain't been wrong about nothing I've said so far. It is what it is. I'm putting the pieces together. I'm being emotionally intelligent, unlike Donna, the flying monkey who was over here on the Facebook side trying to troll with an uneducated ass. Wow, y'all, that's deep. That's on a whole nother level. Hey, Chef Fine as Wine. That's on a whole nother level. Wow. Wow. Okay, let me move on because that got to, wow. That could also be, y'all. That could also be, Mimi is saying Jeremy said that's why he didn't go. Well, Jeremy did go to Puerto Rico. He did go to Puerto Rico, but we're saying that's probably why he didn't want to go. Because he said he didn't want to go. Darius said he didn't want to go. And he convinced him to go. But that could explain the extra layer of dislike and disdain that Jeremy currently has for Darius. Because he's already, you're grieving. You go through your stages of grief. So one of them is blame. So it could be now he's regretting all of that and then looking at, not only did I miss my best friend passing away, but the reason I missed it was because of this satanic internet influencer who I let get in my head, who I see had no love for me or anybody else. Wow. Interesting.
Hopefully that makes sense. How do you feel that Jeremy is quit twice now? Same thing. There's nothing for me to feel, but are you okay?
He not blaming Jeremy, but he entertaining all the questions that are blaming Jeremy. This is the gaslighting though. This is how she orchestrates and creates the narrative. So she's throwing the rock, hiding her hand, and like, I'm not saying anything about Jeremy. I'm saying, I'm just here out of love and concern for him. And your question is, Jeremy was such a bitch. Why did you reduce yourself to hanging out with someone so less than you? No, I didn't know. I learned, I just follow the lead. I'm just here to help people. Like that's what she doing. She letting them drag, and then she ain't defending Jeremy. She done threw the rock to get him stirred up. And pointing the finger, she like, that's who we gonna point the finger at. Jeremy, right here. And they like, yes, my son. Ah, he makes box cakes. Ah. He's emotional. Ah. He can't handle success. Ah. Like, what? Oh, this is crazy. Crazy.
Just that a third.
Okay, I gotta move faster.
How long have you known Jeremy and Corey? I've known Jeremy since 20. I guess I got to Atlanta in like 2015. So maybe like 2015, I've known Jeremy, and Corey, I just met last year. I met Corey last year. When we started working on Three Kings, that's when I met Corey.
So this is where I wanted to get to it. We probably ain't going much past this. He glossed over how he met Corey. He says, oh, Corey and I met last year. Yeah, and that's pretty much how I met Corey. What? What? Can we tell the whole story? So how Darius Cooks met Corey. It started with Corey went, oh, I didn't bring it in. Why didn't I bring that in? Hold on. I think I might be able to pull it in. Oh no, but this ain't the original video, but this is one of them at least. Let me see if I think I can find it. Let me see. It should be here in downloads, and then I almost forgot all about this one. Oh, come on. Where you at? Here it is. Hopefully it'll play now. That's the other question. Is it gonna play? Oh, it won't play, y'all. Okay, we'll play this another time. So, oh no, I can do it this way. I can do it a screen share. Give me a second. Uh-oh. Okay, let's do a screen share instead. I'm gonna turn this volume up. Hopefully this will work out. Do this. So, okay, so I need to say this part first. So how Corey came into Darius Cooks' world is he was a fan. He was a follower. He was enamored by the glitz and gold, perceived wealth, perceived success, and all of that of Darius Cooks. And Darius Cooks had posted about him wanting to find, he needed a suggestion for a bartender for a event he wanted to have in Chicago for Thanksgiving. So he wanted to do a friends and family Thanksgiving dinner in Chicago for his people, and he wanted a bartender to be at the event. Corey Grimes, who was a fan of Darius Cooks, saw the post. Corey Grimes then took to his social media, his own social media, begging, and it'll take me a while to find, but I do have that clip somewhere, begging for his followers to spam Darius Cooks and tell Darius Cooks to reach out to him and make him the bartender who would do this event in Chicago. That is how, and they did it. And then Darius Cooks looked Corey up. He felt impressed enough. And then they started communicating. And then the next thing you know, I think they went live together or something, whatever. Then Corey eventually does this video. And this is about, I think this is the first time I heard of Corey, like first time he ended up on my radar. So this video here, and we'll see, hopefully it'll play well and everything. We will see. I might have to work it through the computer volume here, but we'll see. So this is Corey. The caption here, Corey had it titled, now this came from Rakeem Maximus Cruz, says, well, all I can say is go ahead, brother, because you saying you don't need Darius for anything. So what are you getting connected with him for? But like the lady said, go off, bruh. We'll wait. ... I don't know who Rakeem is, but he already knew what was coming too. This was way back last fall, if I'm not mistaken. It would be late summer, probably late summer of last year. Everybody know, but Corey. Corey's quote for his live, the post that he did was, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me take a sip of water because I forgot we're about to read a couple of Corey. We got a couple of Corey reenactments before we get out of here. The caption for this live stream was, let's talk about Darius Cooks. Facebook fam. Malik? No. Okay. Oh, that good.
And then, okay, y'all, let's do this. Come on, get on in here, family. Get on in here. Let's do this. I know how y'all love to tussle. I know how y'all love to tussle in the comments, man. So let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know.
And this is not, and this is not that long. It's only like a minute or so. So this is Corey responding to all the backlash he is getting and all the warnings he is getting from people from all over the place. This is before he even really got clued in with Darius Cooks good. Like, this is him announcing that he's going to work with Darius Cooks, and everybody like, run, Forrest, run. No, don't do it. He is Satan. He scammed Beyonce. He's going to scam you. Corey like, nah, I know better than that. I ain't trusting what y'all got to say. So he decides to address it in a live stream. But again, this is only a clip. I ain't even play this today, so I'm not sure. I hope this gets the bulk of what I want that I knew he said back then.
On the video is coming through. Okay, so we're going to talk about this Darius Cooks situation. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm not one to, like, I know people be like, everybody get in here, share the video. I ain't doing all that. We're just going to jump. We're going to jump right into this. Okay, so the other day, Darius made a post that he was looking for a bartender in Chicago. And then, so you guys have tagged me, and thank you guys for tagging me. I appreciate that. And so I went to his page. I follow Darius. Follow his page. I see all the stuff. Now, maybe not everything, but I watch his page, and I follow Darius for a long time. So I went on his page and I saw that he was looking for a bartender. And listen, I want you guys in the comment section, I want you to comment what you think and what you feel in the comment section. This is an open door thing, okay? So I saw he was making a thing. I went and saw that. So on Facebook, I have I think I have 21,000 followers on Facebook. And then, so I've never, a lot of you guys, you follow me, you know my story. I'm not going to get into that right now. So I thought to myself, I've never really flexed my social media. You know what I'm saying? Because I never asked you guys to
Okay, so that's all I have of it. It was a 38-minute live. I thought I had more of it, but I don't know. I got so much ish. Anyway, so you get to see the inception of it beginning. This was the beginning. So when we fast forward, however long it's gonna be, that I don't have a prediction for. I know some of y'all like, Vel, pull out your crystal ball. You all knowing when it comes to this. I don't know that. I don't know how much longer before the end is near for Corey. He may have a little bit more on the clock before Darius Cooks strikes. But just know when we get to that point, which we will get to, that I can guarantee you. When we get to that point, we will refer back to this, where he was warned. So, from this, because this even was a little like, I was like, something ain't right about, something off, something ain't, I don't know. I was like, huh? What's going on with this Corey guy? Like, I was trying to figure it out. Now I kind of figured it. I figured it out now. Back then I was a little lost. I was like, what's his angle? Then I started seeing stuff like that. Oh, before I forget though. So the event that all this that made come to light was the event that Darius Cooks was going to have in Chicago with his family and friends. It was going to be a Thanksgiving dinner. He's the rich person and he's going to host it for everybody. And he's talking it up all the while. We want to speak of failures. This was another failed event. Fast forward, he started talking about it, I think, in the summer sometime. By the fall, we get to November. Literally about a week or two before Thanksgiving, Darius Cooks gets on his live, creating the narrative, spinning the smoke and mirrors. Now he's saying that the event is canceled. Friends and family Thanksgiving event is canceled within a week or two of the actual event. I don't even know if it was a full 2 weeks. He says the reason he's canceling it is because his cousin, who he grew up with, who I knew this cousin, they were very close. He said that cousin, female cousin, he actually has a baby photo, Sears photo with her and everything. They was that close, grew up together. He says that cousin told him she did not want to host Thanksgiving at her house. Now, during this time, I was really baffled with why that would cause it to be completely disbanded. Why he canceled it. If it wasn't like you doing it for her, you're doing it for your family and your friends. Also, why do you have to use her house when you're so rich? Why not use... Because at that time, he was still doing the dining with diarrhea events across the country. So I'm like, get an Airbnb. You get them for strangers. He was refusing to do that. So he cancels the event. And I'm sure there's more to the story of why his female cousin said she didn't want it at her house. And she probably had told him that way in advance. And he kept insisting and bulldozing as he does. I'm sure she has an angle. She has a side. I'm sure it's not as cut and dry. And it's like, oh, she just didn't want to do it at her house all of a sudden. I'm sure there's more to it, because that's just how Darius Cooks spins narratives. The other piece is, because what he then still needs to do with his narrative is make the other person look bad, like he's doing with Jeromie. It ain't good enough to just say, yeah, y'all, it didn't work out, so we just canceled the event. No, he got to turn someone into the enemy in the situation. So he did it. The Three Kings tour became Jeromie because Corey's so up his ass that he ain't gonna risk losing that right now. He ain't done with Corey yet. So he says that his cousin, and he had been feeling it for years leading up to that moment was jealous of him. He had been feeling it for years because she'd be like, oh yeah, Mr. Money or whatever. So he's saying that she started to become jealous of his wealth. And she would be making snide remarks years leading up to that. And basically, I guess the near had come in, it had come to a head, and she was jealous. And that's why she didn't want him doing it at her house anymore. Why that makes any sense, it doesn't. Now, I could see her taunting him because, as we see, he mentions money every single conversation. I was going to say every day. No, literally every conversation, money gets brought up. Primarily how much he has, or is about to make, or just made, or was wanting to make, wanted to make, all of it. So he canceled an entire friends and family event with less than 2 weeks' notice because his cousin, no one didn't want to have it at her house. And then we already know that Darius destroys spaces and all that, and she been knowing him forever, so she know that too. If I know it, she definitely knew it. So back to Corey. So that event got canceled. So that was going to be their first dealing. However, Corey was going to do the event for free. For what? What's the key word? Class. What's the key word? What's our word for today? Corey was going to do the work for not money, but starts with an E. There you go, Sharon. Good job. Well, Sharon, where you at, Sharon? Damn, I don't want to. Oh my God, it's so hard to do this chat. Here we go. Oh shit, then it jumped. There you go, Sharon was the first one I saw. There you go, Sharon. Good job. Exposure. Exposure. Corey was doing, he was going, and Corey was going to pay for his own expenses to get to Chicago. I forgot where Corey from. He don't live in Chicago. He lives somewhere else. He was going to travel to Chicago on his own dime to work for free at Darius Cooks' friends and family Thanksgiving dinner thing for exposure. So he knew he had a sucker from the onset, and it's still continuing on. So I then started to see, now I heard about that later. We didn't know that when we saw the video we just watched. I didn't know that. I don't think none of us knew that. Then we later learned he's doing it for free and he paying for his own travel. What? Then we started to see the weird stalkerish crook sexual behavior of Corey Brim. I can't remember 100%. It's just so many moving parts to this, y'all. I can't remember 100% if this was the first post, but this was definitely one I remember, and it was weird as hell. And I was like, oh, what is happening here? What is happening here? I was scared for Crooks. I was thinking like, oh, Lord, you better run. Corey Brim, Jesus, got to prepare myself. We got to do a reenactment. And then we're getting out of here after this. Yeah, Darius Cooks had a longer live, but I'm ready to go. And I got to get on Patreon. If you're interested in Patreon, I'll put the link in there. But it's Patreon.com/IamVelB. We're going to be over there just hanging out, doing what we do over there. It's Veil Unfiltered. This ain't Veil Unfiltered. I know some of y'all like, what? It gets worse? It does. It does. This ain't me. I'm filtered. I'm very filtered still. So anyway, Corey Brim reenactment. One of Angel Monique. Thank you for warning everybody. Maybe I should have did this. Viewer discretion. Viewer discretion. I didn't move my signs. I don't even know where it's at no more. Where is that? Warning, viewer discretion. Get your volumes adjusted. Thank you for that. Let me move this. Okay. Turn your volume down. Again, we got the rinky-dink mic right now. Now we get our better mic. Thank you, those. Oh, damn. I hope it don't make me lose the super chats. I think they still here. Oh, I hope they still here. I think, yeah, I know where to find them. Okay. Yeah, but thank you to those of you who sent the super chats. I'm going to actually read them after we do this, before we leave. But thank you for that. Get this together. Because this is horrible. I've noticed. This thing on. Corey Bram. It says, weeks or so after meeting Darius Cooks, he has become enamored, and he decided, as some of us have, we've been here. We meet someone, we start to adore them, we start to want to spend a little more time with them. We look forward to moments of having conversation with them. And then that moment comes where you want to outwardly express those feelings towards said individual. Corey does so via his looks like a Facebook post. Darius Cooks, hear me out. Let's be together. First, I'm straight, but let's weigh out the benefits. Actually, I went live about this. You love to cook. I love to make drinks. We can split the bills. We both have 7. You might be in 8-figure businesses. We both have 800 credit scores. I will never go through your phone. I will never ask you where you've been or who you've been with. If you put the trash out, I will bring it up the driveway. We can buy a super huge mansion. We can have 2 master bedrooms. We can add each other as travel companions on our rewards cards. Free flights. When we do events, you can concentrate on the food. I can do the drinks. Stop letting this other men's stress you dope folk out. I'm telling you, come over to the straight side. I'm tired of paying all the bills and running this business by myself. We can be brother husbands. My kids are grown. So no baby mama drama. And I got to go to the next slide. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all wasn't on the screen. Sorry. Y'all, it just makes me sweat and everything. It's a lot of goddamn work. Y'all better get the goddamn likes up. What are these likes at? 589 likes. Y'all remember we got 13 likes on this. I ain't coming back tomorrow to be resting. Be resting during these hours tomorrow. That's the next slide. Oh, no, that's not the next one. Hold on, y'all. Here we go. Here's the next page. Unfortunately, that wasn't it. Y'all have been this passionate about somebody y'all love before. Don't play. Don't act like Corey crazy. Don't act like he's. We've all. No, we haven't. Let me stop. I actually thought there would be more highs and lows. It's just all high. He's very passionate about his love for Crooks. Jesus, I am literally. Hold on. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I'm sweating. Corey, people shouldn't be sweating from reading your post. This is a problem. Trying to see where I left off. I'm tired of paying all these bills and running this business by myself. We can be brother husbands. My kids are grown, so no baby mama drama. And the most important piece, ... We both petty. ... We could sit at counters and talk about people. Laughing emoji, 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 laughing. Man, I'm telling you, I done figured out the cheat code. Get you a straight male friend. We winning out here. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. And scene. So then Darius Cooks responds. And he says, Corey Brim, you're an idiot. Literally. Oh, let me put this comment. You can't write this. Y'all, this is a goddamn soap opera, I tell you, and it's just written to perfection. All by itself. You don't have to enhance a goddamn thing. Woo. Darius Cooks responds, y'all see it yourself. Corey Brim, you are an idiot. No truer statement has been stated about Darius Cooks ever. What happens when either of us get horny? Who needed to hear that part? But so that was the first time that I became aware that this was a creepy, very, very, very creepy situation. Like my discernment told me there was some issues. I just couldn't put my finger on it until that. To that. So again, let me do this before I forget. Oh, over here. Thank you so much for everyone who has given the super chats. And if there's any cash apps or anything, Zelles and all those beautiful things, I appreciate you as well. Yes, we have Destin for greatness. Thank you so much, friend, for your cash app. I really, really, really appreciate you. And then as far as super chats, we have Aaliyah Renee. Thank you for your super sticker, friend. We have RN Smith. Thank you for your super sticker, friend. Life of London. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you, Renee S, for your super chat. Thank you, Bree Crutch, for your super sticker. Yeah, I read that one. Thank you. You said twice. Thank you so much, RN Smith, friend, again. Topaz Spivey, thank you, friend. Towards the new mic, I appreciate you, friend. Donna Hammond, thank you so much, friend, for the new mic. I appreciate y'all so much. And Bree, is it Bree Clutch again? Thank you. Am I saying it right? Crutch, right? Can't read them. What am I doing? You know he's getting his lies lined up when he starts popping his tongue and his sinuses start to drain, right? That is true. It's a tale. That's a tale. But yes, thank you to everyone who has donated the super chats and stickers. I greatly appreciate all of you. And again, if you're watching on the replay or you're still here, you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. Got to get it up to 1,300 likes. If we get that by tomorrow, I will be live again. If not, thank you for my night off. I ain't lying. Y'all see I'm sweating. And then I got to pull research and everything else. It's hours of work. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. And also, before I forget, thank you, Precious, for you saying, and to my moderators on the front end, thank all of y'all. I'm sorry. It's just hard. I'm like tired and juggling stuff, but y'all know who y'all are. All my front end moderators. I appreciate your hard work. I was about to pull this. That's what it was. And here is my link, my Linktree link here going in the chat. Oh, let me put it here because they'll go on all the platforms. And this is where if you want to join us on Patreon in a few, what time is it? Patreon Executive Veeple, I will send out the link to the video. I say we'll probably go live about between 8:15 and 8. No later than 8:30, but 8:15 to 8:30. I'll send out a link. So just pay attention there. Thank you so much, S. Smith. I think that just came through for the super sticker. I really appreciate you, friend. And then also, if you're interested in following me on any of my other platforms, click that link tree. And then I will be creating the Amazon store and putting that link in that Linktree link, but also it'll be linked below all the videos. And I appreciate all of you in advance for all that you do to support this platform, support me, and make this enjoyable. You know, although it's a heavy topic that we're talking about, a scammer who has harmed thousands of people. Literally, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. And as we continue to work through these stories, y'all will be like, "Oh, Vel, you wasn't exaggerating." we're at person, 2,398. It's that bad. It's that bad. All right. So with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll actually be looking at the time that y'all said works a little better too. There's also another thing we do on Wednesday, so I got to work some stuff out. But with that, until next time, I think I'm gonna send y'all out with that's too long. I'm gonna send y'all out with. I think I'm gonna send y'all out with this one. All right. Until next time, take care and be blessed.
Darius Cooks, also known as your local scammer.
You are, you gay, growing up in Chicago, you just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, you remember Calvin, LaVelle, those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Vale. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He probably, he ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose?
Called an attack. When you do the attack, you got to make sure you're real rooted and grounded. Look that way. Make sure you're real rooted and grounded so they don't know what's about to go on. You just attacked them. You just attacked them. What did I say? I said you better do what I said to do. Did they think you're crazy? If they think you're crazy, they'll just walk away slowly like that.